All right, well, we're here at the bank to transfer to pay off his loan, I guess, on the car. He's parked out back just waiting on my dad, who ran into that market over there, to go to the bathroom. And we're going out back and we're going to check out the car one more time, drive it one more time, and to be final, and then go in and do the paperwork. Obviously, I'm not financing the car, but they have a loan on it, so we have to pay it off. Well, just finalized it, just paid off his loan, got the lien release, got the title in my name. Well, actually, it's going in my mom's name, but got the Bonneville GXP. So there is some issues with this car, but we got down to $800, and it runs and drives smooth from both times I test drove it. Drives straight. Engine light's on because the gas cap's literally the top of it's smashed, so it's got an evap leak, which I got to get a gas cap today. The temp gauge does not work, as you can see, and then the tachometer gauge does not work. But apparently that's a really common thing in these cars, so do some research and figure it out. But the speedometer works, volts work, oil pressure works, and the fuel works. And she got 206K on her. My mom's gonna absolutely love this. Me and my dad did it. I bought it. My dad's gonna pay me more than I paid for it. You know, he's gonna pay me $1,100 more, or $1,200 more. $1,200 more now that we got it down another 100. And yeah, the Bonnie. I don't know, this thing is really cool. I'll show you guys. It's pearl white. It's definitely got some cosmetic damage, but we're fixing it. It's the whole point of this car. It was cheap, but it drives smooth. It's got a motor with 70K in it, with papers. The trans is super strong, at least that I can tell. The fluid looked good, the oil looked good, coolant looked good. Strut towers are clean. The only thing that's not clean is the rockers. They're not terrible, but they're not good. It's just the back corner starting, but the front corner damage up here. I'll show you guys. But yeah, the thing is really sweet. I like the carbon fiber looking vents. Got on the steering wheel and stuff, and it's got heated seats that work, traction control, AC works, radio works, besides the screen, but every Pontiac does that. Sunroof works. I mean, I think we got a good deal on this thing. Alright, so here she is. As you can see, rust, damage. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun little project. So me and my dad went ahead and already ordered a headlight, which was very hard to find for the GXP. I'm gonna go ahead and buff all this. This is all just paint transfer. There's one crack, but I'm gonna buff all this paint transfer the best I can, and then completely wet sand this and then paint it again. And we also ordered the correct factory white gold pearl coat for this car, two cans of it, and the clear coat. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. We're not gonna go ahead and order a fender yet. I'm gonna buff all this paint out as best I can, and then try and pull these two dents out right there. This one ain't coming out, but these two I think I might be able to pull out a little bit. But the fender we want is only like $250 painted, so. But I mean, the grill, one of the tabs broke, which is in the passenger seat on the floor. But I mean, it runs smooth, it's quiet, it's got good tires. And again, rust on there in that corner. But I mean, and there's a crack right here, which I'm gonna Bondo. I'm gonna try and get it to push down, Bondo it, like clamp it together, Bondo, sand it, and then paint. But no misfires or anything like that. It sounds good. So she needs a car through winter into spring, and she's been really depressed, my mom. So she's been really depressed because she doesn't have a car right now. And, yeah, it burns a little bit of oil, or it smells like it. Sounds good. The odometer don't work, or odometer, whatever, and the temp gauge. And apparently the oil pressure gauge don't like to work either, so it works when you're driving. It's just when you're idling, I guess it doesn't like to work. Got some stuff to figure out, but alright guys, well, it's the next day. Just thought to end the video here, I'd do a little walk around of the Bonneville. So I paid $900 for this car. Has 205,000 miles on the body, 70,000 on the motor that was put in last year with paperwork by a actual Bonneville shop. They only do these. And tomorrow morning
I'm going there at 8 a.m. It's in Browerville. It's about an hour from me because the gauge cluster, all the gauges are funky except for the speedometer and the battery voltage. Those are the two that work. The rest of them don't work. And the guy's going to rebuild it for me for $70. So I'm super, super stoked. So kind of going to go around it really quickly, just kind of show you what's wrong with it, what's good about it. So I just told you what I paid for, the miles, clean title. So this side is basically flawless, as you can see. Looks super good. Now the rockers underneath are basically, they're gone, but they're still solid on the car. They're not sagging, they're not hanging. They're good. And I went up there and tapped a bunch of screws in, so they're good. So this side's great. Hood's pretty decent. There's very little rock chips. This grill was missing. It was actually in the car. I got that put in, so that looks good. The only problem is you can see the headlight here has some damage here on the fender. And then the bumper, and then the headlight, and then a little bit of the hood here, which doesn't really bother me. And it's for my mom, so I'm going to try and just kind of bend that back up a little bit. My dad said not to worry about the fender. He'll deal with that later. And but this whole thing, I think I showed you guys when we picked the car up yesterday. This whole thing was just green from the paint transfer all along here and right there and right there. I actually got that to buff out, so it's straight just pearl now. And then we got, oops, this weather stripping's hanging down. So the issues is obviously this right here. The gauges have issues, obviously don't work. And then it could use brakes in the near future. And then right here where I have it, I sanded it and painted it black, and there was rust. As you can see, it's missing right there because the rocker up into the side. It's just gone, but I pounded all the rust off and cut it off, so that's solid right there. But I actually ordered, and then there's some rust right there, but that's just surface rust. So I ordered yesterday, I ordered 2 cans of this exact white gold pearl coat. I ordered a clear coat and then some adhesive or some adhere, like to make the paint stick even better, and some wet sanding. And I ordered a whole kit from automotivetouchup.com. So this thing's gonna be looking really good. I'm gonna sanding right there again, repainting it. It's gonna look really good. Sanding the rust right there, repainting it. Other side is in the same spot. Right there. Do the same thing. But overall, the car's in pretty freaking good shape. The rear's good, minus this on the bumper. I'm gonna end up kind of clipping, pushing this down, using some adhesive to hold it together, bondoing over it lightly, and then painting, sanding the bondo down and then painting it. So you're probably not even be able to tell that was there, but the thing runs and drives like a top, dude. It's good. It's really smooth. I'm really excited to get the gauges to work. The speedometer works. You can tell what speed you're going. Heads up display works. But the gas gauge, the oil pressure works, but when you're at an idle, sometimes it just kind of goes all the way and gives out the needle. It's really weak. The oil pressure is good in the car, by the way. It's just the needle. So the oil pressure, temp, and odometer, none of those work. Gas gauge doesn't really. It kind of shows. It works sometimes, but I go off the. It has the electronic thing that tells you how many miles are left, whatnot, gas mileage. I go off that. But tomorrow it'll be fixed, and then I'm gonna get the windows tinted, sand wherever it's scratched, paint it because the paint's coming, like I said. Bend the hood up, and she'll be good to go. She got brand new tires on her. The wheels are okay. I painted the calipers. They were already red, but I touched them up last night. I could do the brackets, but maybe do that at a different time. And then right here, the last problem at all with this car is the rust in here. I'm gonna completely sand it. It's just surface rust. Completely sand it, and then it's missing the gas cap. And I got a guy in town. This is going to sell me a gas cap for $3. He said he has a ton of them. They're good condition. It's another Bonneville dude. So sand all this, paint it, get the new gas cap. The engine light's on for evap, saying the gas cap. So she's going to be good to go, guys. I'd say I got a pretty good deal on this car. $900. All right, well, that little side blade piece right there was in the car underneath one of the seats, so I'm gonna try and find the other one, see if it's in there. If it's not, I'm gonna order one or get it from the Bonneville guy. I'm sure he has one, but it clipped right in, but I just put this, there was a hole here and a hole here that line up with the holes underneath it till I screw it in, and it's a nice tight fit, so pretty excited. And then I did one
when you open the door, I did one like right down into it so it stays in.